Hey guys, welcome to Rain Nail Studio. Today we are doing an acrylic removal and a new set. I'm going to grab my mask to prevent dust inhalation, my e-file, a nail tip cutter, and a nail clipper. And what I start off doing is clipping or trimming down my nails to avoid wasting excessive acetone. Then I take my e-file and file these down as much as I can without hitting my nail bed to cut down on soak time. And then I take my nail clippers to get them even shorter. I don't like to keep my natural nail just because it's more work, so I cut them down as much as I can. Then I'm going to take this pure acetone and pour it in a glass bowl. And I do one hand at a time just to avoid making a mess. And I cover the bowl to avoid the acetone evaporation. I soak for about 10 to 15 minutes. After soaking, I'm going to take a paper towel and dry off my nails just a little bit to avoid the acrylic sticking to my e-file. Then I'm taking this e-file and pushing that acrylic off of my nail. I just find this to be a lot quicker and easier than pushing off the acrylic with like a toothpick or a wood stick or something. I put my hand back in the bowl for another 5 to 10 minutes, making sure to cover it up. Drying them off again. And on a lower setting on my e-file, I remove the rest of the acrylic. Lastly, I soak for about 1 minute, maybe 30 seconds, just to see if there's any more acrylic left. Next is my nail prep. I have washed my hands and wiped them down with a no-lint wipe and some alcohol. I sized my nail tips, then I'm going to trim, file them, and glue them on. And these Stork scissors I found at Walmart for $4.86. I was trying to find some online, but they were so expensive, so I opted for these. I am going to go ahead and purchase a higher end pair just to see how they compare, because it feels like these scissors kind of stick a little bit. Next, I'm going to trim them down with a nail tip cutter, trim the sides, and then file to my desired shape. Now, I am working with my non-dominant hand. This was really hard, but I had to do my right hand because I have things to do. Then I'm going to take my e-file and kind of blend the nail tip with my natural nail. And this is on a low setting. This is a 180 sanding band. The only reason I use it on this hand is because, like I said, my non-dominant hand is no good. So I carefully do this to get the shine and extra oils off of my nail. I then dust my nails and wipe them down with another no-lint alcohol wipe. I apply my dehydrator, and while that dries, I get my monomer acrylic and prep my brush, getting all the air bubbles out. Then I apply my primer. I do the 3-ball method. When I first started, I started with a 14 Kolinsky brush, which was very difficult for me because the balls are bigger and it was hard to keep up with the acrylic. But this 3-ball method with this number 8 brush comes out so much better. I'm hoping to graduate to a one ball method. And I will say that my application does need a little bit of work, especially using my non-dominant hand, but it has come a long way. And this set actually ended up being an extremely long set, so it was great for practice, but I did have to cut them down the next day because they were just too long for me. I use a keyboard at work, so all that tapping really makes my nail beds kind of sore when they're so long, so I had to cut them down. And I'm using the Mia Secret clear acrylic powder. The monomer I'm using is something I purchased months ago that I just have in storage, so hopefully in the next few weeks I will be able to purchase the full Mia Secret acrylic system and see how well that does. So far I don't experience any lifting or anything like that, so this is gonna have to work for now. Next, I'm taking this gold foil that I got from Get Nailed 32. I'm not going to put the link to the website in the description box because her stuff sells out really quickly and then she shuts her website down. So I'll just link her YouTube page. And this gold foil is really flimsy, so if you have any fans on, I would suggest turning them off so that you can get it prepped and put on your nail. And what I did was I put a very thin layer of acrylic on my nail before I applied the gold foil. And to apply the gold foil, I am using a brush on glue to prevent it from moving around when I'm trying to encapsulate it. Alright, this is the finished look. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Again, thank you for visiting Rain Nail Studio, and we hope to see you soon.